TED Talks, brought to you by Erbs and Gerbs. Go online and check out their delightful sandwich menus and soups. Order yourself something today.
Ted Schwerzler here with another TED Talks Twins from Off the Baggy and at TL Schwerz on Twitter and Twins Daily. The Twins are back home this week, or to complete the weekend, I guess, after heading out to Houston to start the week. It's kind of been an up and down last few games. Toronto came in limping a little bit over the weekend. They'd scored a bunch of runs against the Rays, but really weren't playing great baseball. The Twins dropped the first game of that series, won on Saturday, but they were up big and then tried to give the game away late. Needed to use a little bit too many relievers there. The bullpen has been an issue of late. A lot of that is because the front office did not create any more depth with any signings in relief this offseason. But also Caleb Thielbar being hurt, Griffin Jax not getting the results that he's been looking for. Jorge Lopez looks like an absolute mess right now. They just don't have the horses that they're looking for out there, unfortunately. They did play against or face Jose Barrios on Sunday. He blanked them, and they dropped the series 2-1. Going over to Houston, though, the Twins have played very well against some good teams this season, and that did not change against the Astros. Kind of up against it on Monday in the first game. Royce Lewis was back for the Twins, which has been a huge storyline this week. He hit a home run in his second at-bat after just missing what looked like could have been a barreled ball in his first at-bat. He comes up late in the game in the ninth inning with Ryan Presley, former Twins reliever, on, who was 10 for 10 in saves on the year to that point. And he delivers and drives in a run. The Twins scored too late in the 10th and win that one. And then they handled business yesterday on Wednesday against the Astros and took the series 2-1. The Twins do end up winning the season series against the Astros. So in the same year, they take the season series against the Astros. They take the season series against the New York Yankees. And honestly, they could have played the Dodgers in a 2-1 series win as well had umpiring gone a little bit differently. As mentioned, Royce Lewis is back. Edward Julian, as of Thursday, is headed back to AAA St. Paul. Jorge Polanco is activated off the injured list, so he will retake the second base spot. Julian has flashed a little bit of kind of what his calling cards have been on the farm. He's a good hitter, has a good plate discipline, has power. Unfortunately, we're just not seeing it all come together at this point. The defense has been borderline horrendous, and he's not done enough at the plate to stick, even if Jorge Polanco was not pushing him off of the roster. Max Kepler did return to the team after dealing with a slight muscle issue, or I believe it was a hamstring pull. Unfortunately, that meant Matt Wallner had to go back to AAA, who had reached in consecutive games, had I believe it was an 8-plate appearance on base streak. He's been tearing the cover off the ball, and all he's done since going back to St. Paul is continue to rake. He's got a couple home runs, couple singles, doubles. He's just crushing the baseball. So the Twins are kind of in an odd spot there with Max Kepler not producing, as he really hasn't for quite some time. Matt Wallner looks to be pushing for that spot, though. Trevor Larnach should be eligible to come off the injured list in the next couple of days here. He was obviously put on with pneumonia, so that could be a spot too where there's a little bit of uncertainty heading into this series over the weekend against the Guardians. The Twins' lead over them in the AL Central is by 3.5 games. Detroit is in between there at a 2-game deficit. The Twins can really stretch that out with a good showing here over the weekend. They will face a Guardians team looking to jump back up in the standings. And then obviously it's a situation where they get a team that is looking to overtake the top of the division and try to create that distance. So the Twins lineup hopefully can get going here. We might be seeing the best of the Twins lineup almost 60 games into the season, but if that's what it takes for them to get going and the pitching staff stays like it has been, they could really run away and hide with this thing. So June should be an exciting month. It's been Carlos Correa's best month over his career. Let's hope that continues, and we'll check in next week.